The thing that I like most about Michael Jordan.
Crosstown traffic and the green line whizzing by overhead on this calm winter night in Chicago. But not for long. Now let's go over to tonight's public address announcer, Tommy Edwards.
Welcome, fans, to the All-Star Game. Get up and get loud for your West All-Stars. At forward, making his 7th All-Star appearance, the standout veteran of the Denver Nuggets, 6'7", Alex English. Making his All-Star debut, the front court star of the Utah Jazz, the mailman, 6'9", Karl Malone. The man in the middle, an All-Star. Each of his 4 pro seasons from the Houston Rockets, 7 feet, Akeem Olajuwon. At guard, making his first All-Star appearance, the virtual star of the Denver Nuggets, 6'3", Lafayette Fat Lever. And the NBA leader in assists in his 8th All-Star game from the Los Angeles Lakers, 6'9", Earvin Magic Johnson. The head coach of the West All-Stars is Brad Nelson. Let's hear it for your West All-Stars. And now, the starting lineup for the Eastern Conference. At forward, a 3-time most valuable player, an All-Star each of his 9 seasons from the Boston Celtics, 6'9", Larry Bird. He's one of the NBA's most exciting players. In his 3rd All-Star game from the Atlanta Hawks, 6'8", Dominique Wilkins. The man in the middle, an All-Star for the 10th time. One of the game's most rugged rebounders from the Washington Bullets, 6'10", Moses Malone. At guard, the most valuable player of the 1984 and 1986 All-Star games. This Chicagoan is making his 7th All-Star appearance from the Detroit Pistons, 6'1", Isaiah Thomas. And finally, the NBA leader in scoring and steals, an All-Star each of his 4 seasons, the charismatic star of the Chicago Bulls, 6'6", Michael Jordan. The head coach of the East All-Stars is Mike Fratello.
Greetings, everyone, from Chicago, the host of the 1988 All-Star Game. Alongside the terrific Clark Kellogg and our reporter David Aldridge on the sidelines, I'm Kevin Harlan. And Clark, this terrific city has produced some greats, and 4 of them playing tonight.
You're exactly right, Kevin. The Windy City, Chicago, has produced Mo Cheeks, Isaiah Thomas, Doc Rivers, and Mark Aguirre, all All-Stars. And I'm sure they've got plenty of family and friends in attendance to enjoy their performance on the court.
Yep, so much to celebrate. And Clark, is there a common thread when you think about a Chicago-type player?
Well, I certainly do believe there's a common thread. When playing outside or outdoors in the Windy City, the perimeter shot can easily get blown off course. So you got to be able to get that thing to the rack and in a straight line fashion. And that's something all Chicago players share in common.
A lot of high flyers, you're right. And your West All-Stars, Fat Lever and Magic Johnson, the guards, Alex English and Karl Malone at the forward spots, and in the middle, Hakeem Olajuwon. For the East, it's Moses Malone inside, and Dominic Wilkins with Larry Bird, the forwards. And in the backcourt, Isaiah Thomas and Michael Jordan.
And you look at Larry Bird and Magic Johnson, rivals since college. Early on, no love lost between them, but over time, they've become friends.
And it's the West All-Stars to start out. Johnson against Jordan. Malone passes to Johnson. Unloads from 9. Good on the shot. Don't you see Larry and Magic together in those Converse ads? They've become really the faces of the NBA.
And, Kevin, I think they've inherited the mantle from the great Dr. J. He's done such a great job representing the league all these years, and certainly he's left it in good hands with those two.
Yeah, that's a great comparison. Here's English. Following the basket by Michael Jordan. Johnson left side. It's stolen by Wilkins. Jordan inside. English is there.
Boy, that defense smothered him in there. Love the intensity.
And here's Malone. He'll bring it up for the West. Lever passes to Olajuwon. Olajuwon with incredible footwork for a big man. And if there was a snub, Clark, for this year's All-Star game, many felt it was the sharpshooter Dale Ellis of the Sonics.
Well, you take a look at what he's done. He's the only top 10 scorer in the NBA who was not an All-Star.
The Tennessee Volunteers should be here. The East All-Stars shooting their first foul shot of the night.
Personal foul. First team foul. At the line for your East All-Stars, Larry Bird. One shot.
Mind the lane. Mind the lane. One shot.
Free throw, no good for Bird. And the Eastern All-Stars favored to win tonight.
Star power and firepower. Veteran IQ and smarts. But you never know. The West has quite a bit of talent, too.
Indeed, they do.
You know, when you think of Alex English, I think about all of the buckets he gave me and everybody else during his time of ravaging defenses. He's a volume shooter and a big-time scorer.
West All-Stars shooting their first free throws here for the night.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
The first free throw is good. Both free throws good from English. Just around a minute and a half into the first quarter. Pass to Thomas. From deep, Malone trying to break free. Moves back up. Moses Malone simply inhales rebound. And Moses Malone, Clark, the wily veteran for the Washington Bullets.
And you know, Kevin, his coach Wes Unseld says Malone has really added a level of aggressiveness to the Washington Bullets.
And he brings Clark a championship pedigree to the team.
No doubt.
Second team foul.
Just about 2 minutes into the game, first quarter of basketball. English the pass to Olajuwon. And out of bounds, the East All-Stars will have it.
East ball.
Now the East All-Stars with it. And Michael Jordan winning the dunk contest yesterday. Clark, can he add to his trophy case tonight?
Kevin, I think his teammates want to see him win the MVP. I think they're going to give him as many touches as he needs to have a chance to do it.
Ooh, that'll be fun to watch. Lever, the pass to English. Dishes it to Olajuwon. Back to English. The silky high release from Alex English. Larkin, amidst this all-star celebration, labor negotiations between the players and the NBA continue.
Trying to find their way through this current impasse, Kevin, and looking to avoid any interruptions to this game that we all have a love affair with.
Yeah, I know you and I hope they can find some common ground.
Please make it happen soon. And making his all-star debut in his third year in the league, Karl Malone, one of 4 players in the NBA, averaging over 20 points and 10 rebounds a game.
Now here's Malone. The shot, no good. Good D by Olajuwon. Clark, what a performance offensively.
They're really rolling at that end of the floor. Excellent game plan and execution.
And an exhibition game with plenty of motivation for these stars nonetheless. For more, let's say hello to David Aldridge.
Thanks very much. Now, I was talking to Larry Bird about his goals for the matchup, and he said, I think our job is to get the ball to Michael Jordan, get him into the game, and get the crowd into the game. So if Bird has anything to do with it, Michael Jordan will be the MVP. And that would be poetic justice this weekend. Guys, back to you.
Especially where we are. Well said, David. Thank you. Jordan Clark, obviously, in front of his hometown crowd. He loves it, and they really love it.
No doubt about it, Kevin. You think about the fans in Chicago. They love basketball. And I can expect, and you can too, a ton of energy, some extra adrenaline anytime Michael touches the ball.
Clark, this city is on fire with Jordan, aren't they? I mean, they love him, and they think about what's to come. My goodness.
Smoking.
Yeah. And the first one drops. And Michael Jordan won the dunk contest last night, and man, was it great. What a thriller. He and Dominique Clark put on a great show, and you could tell they both wanted it so badly. Perhaps the home court advantage gave Michael Jordan Clark the edge.
And there was another winner from last night, and that was Larry Bird, taking home the trophy in the three-point shootout. And he didn't even need to take off his warm-ups to handle his business.
Clark, somebody told me he looked at the rest of the competitors and said, okay, who's going to be in second place here? Who's going to finish behind me?
Sounds just like it. Moses Malone is not only a 6-time rebounding champ, but he's also a 10-time All-Star. He gives the Washington Bullets some real muscle inside.
Here's Lever. After the basket by the East All-Stars on the other end. And he drives in. That's in, and he found his range with that one. Now 1 for 2.
And Fat Lever, snubbed a year ago, now a first-time All-Star, well-deserved. He leads the league in triple-doubles, one of the original stat sheet stuffers, averaging 9 rebounds a game as well. Best by a mile for NBA guards. How about this list? Players who have never missed an All-Star game in their careers. Jerry West, Bob Pettit, Larry Bird, Isaiah Thomas, and Hakeem Olajuwon. Those last 3 playing here tonight.
The East trail by 4. Outside Thomas. The pass to Malone. Over Olajuwon. Here's Bird. Got it. And he's now 3 for 5 from the field.
Larry Bird had it going last night at the Legends game. Trying to fill it up tonight as well.
And English kicks to Olajuwon. Top of the key, English. Johnson surveying the floor. Here's Olajuwon. It's hauled in by the East All-Stars.
It does not get much easier than that, but somehow he came up empty there.
Outside Thomas. English against Wilkins. Pass to Malone. 5 on the clock. And here's Jordan outside. Olajuwon grabs the miss. Hey, Clark, the record for points in the All-Star game is 42, set by Wilt Chamberlain back in the 1962 All-Star game.
And you know, a lot of Wilt's records seem virtually untouchable, but I don't think that one is. With all these great scores, who knows? It might be broken tonight.
Oh, wouldn't that be fun? Now here's Johnson. Isaiah Thomas missing his last shot. Lever outside. Wants to get it to Malone and does. Another shot. And Olajuwon finishes inside. Olajuwon's got his third basket of the night right there. And Clark, when you look at Akeem Olajuwon's Houston Rockets, here is a team making a lot of moves.
Tell you what, their trade for Joe Barry Carroll and Sleepy Floyd paying huge dividends. They're certainly on the rise in my mind.
Yeah, a lot of people like those moves. And the East with some changes. Brad Daugherty, he's checked in for Malone. Ewing comes in for Larry Bird. And it's Rivers in for Isaiah Thomas. Then for the West All-Stars, Worthy comes in for English. And it's Drexler in for Lever. Another highlight for the film of Dominique Wilkins. Clark wide open, high scoring both ways.
These tremendous All-Stars are putting on a tremendous show, Kevin.
What a blast. McDaniels checked in for the West. That free throw good from Wilkins. Here's Johnson. Passes it to Worthy. Olajuwon. Daugherty defending. And Olajuwon with the basket on the assist from James Worthy. Olajuwon's got 8. And tonight's All-Star MVP will have a $5,000 check presented in their name, Clark, to the Thurgood Marshall Black Education Fund.
A great cause in honor of a terrific American. Boy, Olajuwon is a ferocious defender and rim protector. Really excels at slapping shots away.
It's tipped. Jordan with the steal. Rivers finds Jordan. And the rebound goes to the West All-Stars. There's got to be some excitement, maybe even, Clark, some butterflies playing in the All-Star game. You want to prove you belong out there.
I agree with that, and there can also be the temptation to try to do a little too much, maybe get flashy, but with these players still getting a feel for each other in the flow, a lot to be said for making the simple play.
Nevertheless, a great honor.
The #1 overall pick in 1985, and it was an all-star rookie season for Patrick Ewing. Hurt last year, but nice to see him back where he belongs, right in the all-star game.
The vision of Magic Johnson is unsurpassed.
Well, I tell you what, you can't let Olajuwon get this kind of positioning. I mean, he is a master at knowing how to score close inside.
Jordan kicks to Rivers. Here's Wilkins, and it goes down 2 points. Wilkins has got his second bucket of the night.
And Dominique Wilkins is the go-to scorer for the Hawks, no question about that. And he's embraced that leadership role as well. Obviously a huge part of the Hawks' success.
Now, here's Johnson. Tips it. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points. 12 points for him.
Hey, it's inexcusable not putting a body on the key. I mean, you deserve to get cooked when you don't do that.
Rivers can't get it to go. The West leading by 7. Johnson, the pass to Olajuwon. Now here's Wilkins. D right on him. Here's Ewing. The size and aggression of Patrick Ewing inside.
And with Patrick Ewing leading the way, the New York Knicks finally competitive again. The big man has quickly found a rapport with rookie point guard Mark Jackson. They are a team on the rise. Book that.
Olajuwon inside. Daugherty defending. They get it again. It's good. Olajuwon's got 14 points for the game.
That was really pretty good effort by the defense, but Olajuwon is just too much of a force down low.
Jordan with it. Picked up by Olajuwon. Jordan the pass to Daugherty. Over Drexler. Here's Ewing. Whistle blows. Bucket is good. And he'll have a chance at the line to make it a three-point play.
Excellent activity and timing on the offensive glass. That's how you get extra possessions.
And he's got his first chance at the line here.
A towering presence on both ends. Ewing is a nightly double-double threat for his team.
Worthy finds Olajuwon. To the paint, here's Drexler. Clyde Drexler soaring in for the finish.
And at 26 points per game, Drexler ranks 7th in the league in scoring. His Blazers playing catch-up with the Lakers, though. Their improved defense has helped them overcome some early injuries. Very self-confident in the paint. Ewing excels at scoring close to the hoop.
Pass to Worthy. Olajuwon against Doherty, and he uses the glass on the lane. 16 points for him.
The story of their offense so far has been just that, getting a number of looks from point-blank range.
Jordan looking it over. Double team on Ewing, and then Ewing with the double.
Boy, down low, Ewing's strength gives him the upper hand. He's pretty agile as well, helping him push through the contact.
Johnson outside. Over to the wing. Here's Drexler. And the last shot at the buzzer doesn't go in for him. Hakeem Olajuwon has been leading the charge for the West All-Stars. Between his points and his rebounds, he was a star for him in that quarter. We've got more in store for you right after this. Welcome back, everyone, to the 1988 All-Star Game here in Chicago. As these great fans hope Michael Jordan can bring home the win and the MVP hardware. And it's Rivers with the ball. He brings it up for the East All-Stars. Trailing by 4.
And the head coach of the East, Mike Fratello, his first time coaching in the All-Star game.
We've got Rivers, Bird out there with Ewing. Then it's Wilkins, and it's Jordan in at the 2. That's the 5 out there for the East All-Stars. Here's Johnson, following the basket by Larry Bird. Johnson, the pass to Abdul-Jabbar. And Magic Johnson continuing to orchestrate beautifully.
And Kareem at 40. Still handling his business, getting it done. 15 points a game on 54% shooting from the field. For a 40-year-old, that is excellent production from the center position.
Here's Jordan. And no good that time. Good defense by Abdul-Jabbar. How about that? Mike's a terrific friend of yours and mine, and Fratello's Hawks recently moved into first place in the East after the Cavs beat the Celtics. Clark enabling him to become the coach of the East All-Stars.
So don't be surprised if the Cavs' Brad Daugherty gets extended minutes in his first All-Star appearance. You scratch my back, I scratch yours.
And that's out of bounds. The East All-Stars will keep it. Quarter number 2 with just over a minute gone. And there's the foul. It'll go on Patrick Ewing. That's his first foul. And that kind of stifling effort on defense needs another look.
Boy, he is all over that shot. I mean, had it read the whole way, got himself in the position, and then was able to make the play.
Wilkins against English. There's the pass to Malone. Back to English. Screen by Malone. Shot clock at 6. English finds Malone.
And the 6'9" forward, Karl Malone out of Louisiana Tech, playing for the Utah Jazz. Tonight, he's wearing number 7 to honor the great Pete Maravich, who himself was a 3-time All-Star with the New Orleans Jazz.
And the West has made their imprint here in the early going club.
Unfazed by those that are predicting otherwise. They're playing with a lot of confidence and maybe a little bit of an edge, too.
Yeah, you can see it, can't you?
Yep. Good read that time from Ewing defensively, showing that he can be impactful at that end of the floor, too.
We're now about 2 minutes into the second quarter. Pass to Malone. That's in there. Lever with the assist. Malone's got 8 points.
And, you know, before every game, Karl Malone calls his mother back in Summerfield, Louisiana, to ask what numbers he should shoot for. Tonight, she said go for 25 and 11.
Now, here's Jordan. It's rebounded by Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. It's Lever on the wing. Thomas covering. It's stolen by Johnson. Pass break. Here comes the West. And Ewing sends it back. And here we go. Jordan going to the hoop. Michael Jordan showing the explosiveness that won in the dunk contest last night. And Michael Jordan, not only last season's leading scorer by a mile, but Clark Kellogg this season, he is in the running for the Defensive Player of the Year.
He is the true definition of a two-way player. Gets it done at a high level at both ends.
Malone's checked in for the East. McHale comes in for Wilkins. And Kareem looking to set the career record for all-star scoring. Isn't that something?
It really is. Needs just 10 points to do it, Kevin, and you got to love his chances. I mean, that's a layup for him, pun intended.
A good one. Pass break. Here comes the West. English with the ball. And the shot is good from Johnson.
Magic Johnson in his 8th All-Star game now. 2nd in All-Star votes this year. And he hosts his own All-Star game in the summer in L.A. as a fundraiser. And I understand it's quite an event.
First personal foul. First team foul.
And in the second quarter, a little under 3.5 minutes played already. Here's McHale.
Well, you've got to admire the energy there from Malone, wanting to change that shot and doing so.
Jordan with the steal. On the wing, Bird. Fade away. The West All-Stars pull it in. Malone's got 4 rebounds in this game. Johnson outside. Tries again. Takes the 13-footer, and that's collected by Malone. The East trail by 8. Oh, and they need a basket in the worst way.
I think they're forcing things right now, and it's why their offense looks so pedestrian.
And now let's go over to David Aldridge with a report on Kareem Abdul-Jabbar.
Thank you, Kevin. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar is the oldest All-Star in history. This is his 17th game. No one else has been in more than 13. To put that into context, there were 6 players in yesterday's Legends game that were younger than Kareem. Magic Johnson says he respects Kareem more than anyone I know because of the pride this man has in whatever he does. Kevin, back to you.
He is a very proud individual. David, thank you. And Kareem's coming out here, Clark, after spending 2 days in bed with strep throat. I mean, it's remarkable.
And, Kevin, that's exactly the pride Magic was talking about. And that's why it seems like every game we do, Kareem is adding to some type of record that he's already established. Tonight, he could very well become the leading scorer in the history of the All-Star game.
Isn't that phenomenal? They call him captain for a reason. He is truly the leader of this entire NBA.
Yes, sir. And, you know, so far, I like the effort from both teams. It's an exhibition, but each team showing great pride. They're getting after it.
Now, here's Lever. Malone, a screen on Thomas. McHale against Malone. Here's Johnson. And Magic Johnson with the slam. And Magic Johnson, Clark, made it clear coming into this game that he wanted the challenge of defending the great Michael Jordan.
He certainly did. And the West as a team will certainly have their work cut out for him trying to slow that guy down.
That is going to be fun to watch. And Clark, so much talent for each side, but they got to develop that chemistry on the fly, don't they?
Exactly. And that's what the coaches will be looking for down the stretch. Which group of players really complement one another and give you the best chance to win?
Now here's Jordan. After the miss from Alex English. And they take the lead. McHale's got 4 points now in the quarter.
This is the 4th All-Star game for the Celtics, Kevin McHale. Kids at home who want to learn how to score in the post, just put the isolated camera on Kevin McHale, please. Moves on top of moves in the paint. All he needed right there was simply to set himself up and then relax and shoot the ball. He threw himself off balance for no reason.
Lost contact on the shot, and now a three-point play chance as he'll head to the line. And that sends Michael Jordan to the free throw line. It's going to be on Pat Lever. First trip to the free throw line for him tonight. And some changes here for the West All-Stars. Olajuwon's checked in for Malone. McGuire comes in for English. And it's Drexler in for Lever. Free throw good, Jordan. And here early, Clark, the East has the edge.
You look at that team on the East squad, an embarrassment of riches, Kevin, and, you know, they've got so many weapons. I think it simply comes down to execution for them.
And stolen by Jordan. To the middle. Here's McHale. And it's good. Assisting on the play was Jordan. Jordan's got his fourth assist in this one. The West trails by 6. Now a timeout called by the West All-Stars.
Falling behind in this one, needing a spark.
And the East All-Stars making a change here. Rivers checked in. Drexler against Rivers. The West again cannot hit.
They desperately need something to fall.
Up top, Malone. Bird passes to Jordan. McHale inside. He's against Drexler. Malone gets the bucket.
For his length, his persistence, his size, Moses was custom made to own the glass. Great offensive play right there.
Johnson, and it's good from the elbow. Johnson's got 6 here in this quarter.
Magic Johnson leads the league in assists, and he's also got the most assists in All-Star game history. He processes the game at another level, folks.
Now here's Jordan. 13 points in the game. Abdul-Jabbar grabs the miss. Abdul-Jabbar's got 4 rebounds now tonight. And Kareem will need to get it going, Clark, to reach double digits.
I think his teammates have to do a better job of getting him touches. Just keep feeding him. He's more than capable of getting there.
Jordan dishes to Bird. Here's the 3. He can't hit that time. And it's the West taking it the other way. Drexler scanning the floor. Johnson finds Olajuwon. And he lays it straight in. Olajuwon's got 18 points in the game.
Yeah, whenever Olajuwon has the ball now, he wants to take the defense to school, and I like his aggressiveness.
And then Jordan slams it in. And starting last season, Clark, Michael Jordan's scoring went through the roof.
Averaging over 37 points per game, partner, and he's kept close to that pace this season as well. Remarkable.
Amazing and remarkable, right? Wow.
When it comes to distributing the ball, nobody does it better than Magic. When one of his guys has a clean look, the ball is there quickly and on target.
Now here's Rivers, still getting warmed up offensively. No scoring yet from him. Bird passes to Malone. Fires it up. Olajuwon with the block. Just 5 to shoot. Rivers kicks to Jordan. Over Drexler. That one rolling around and rims out. And Olajuwon has got the ball here for the West All-Stars. 4-point game. Lays it up and banks it in. Olajuwon's got 6 here in this quarter.
And he can take over in a nanosecond. I mean, once he catches fire, it's difficult to squelch it.
Jordan inside. Drexler defending. The feed to Johnson. Fouled in the act of shooting. Gets the bucket anyway, so a 3-point play chance for him.
Well, Magic is simply that good and that smooth. Even while being fouled, he gets it up and down.
And the East All-Stars with some changes. Brad Daugherty, he's checked in for Malone. Ewing comes in for McHale. And it's Wilkins in for Bird. The West All-Stars also with the sub. Worthy's checked in for Abdul-Jabbar.
And Coach Mike Fratello, a colleague of ours, coaching in the All-Star game, standing tall amongst a bunch of tall guys in the NBA. You know, his dad was an amateur boxer, and, you know, I think that background gives Mike a lot of confidence as a coach.
This offense has been dynamic and diversified.
Everybody sharing the ball and sharing the load makes you really hard to defend.
And I think Magic Johnson gets more joy out of making the assist than any other part of the game that he excels in. Constantly looking to set them up for scores.
Now, here's Wilkins. 5 points in the game. Back to Rivers. Passes to Doherty. Banked in off the glass. Doherty's got his first basket of the night.
And, you know, they said Brad Doherty was too soft when he came into the league. Well, an all-star in year 2 and now regarded as a top 3 center in the league. Well, sometimes they get it wrong in their scouting reports.
Johnson finds Worthy. Basket counts. Johnson's got 11 points in the quarter.
Protecting the ball well there, Johnson. Very skilled at scoring against tough defense.
A drive by Jordan. That one goes. Count it. And the East leads by 1. Clark, this has been an absolute war here in the first half.
A battle royale, partner. Each team really trying to establish itself, and the lead just keeps going back and forth.
And a close game so far through the first 2 quarters as we reach halftime. East All-Stars ahead. They're up by 1. And we'll be back right after halftime for the start of the 3rd quarter. We'll see you in a bit. And we welcome you back to the second half of the 1988 All-Star Game here in Chicago. Great performances from these players, whether it's their first time participating or their 17th.
You know, you get into the latter stages of the game, and it's normal to wonder who will take home the MVP trophy. It's certainly one of those accolades that's mentioned when you talk about the great ones.
And Larry Bird winning 3 straight MVP awards from 1983 to 1986.
You know who the last player was to do that?
I'm going back to the 60-something. You tell me.
Yeah,
I know you
Bill
know.
Russell.
Yeah, right,
It's Bill Russell, 1960 to 63.
Of course. I'm glad we bring him up. A legend.
Yep.
Getting underway here in the second half. Here's the 5 for Brad Nelson. Magic Johnson is out there with Lever. Then there's English. Then it's Olajuwon, and it's Malone in at the 4 spot. Count that bucket. Wilkins has got 7 points. And of the players in tonight's All-Star Game, Clark, 2 have won MVP trophies in this game before. Larry Bird and Isaiah Thomas.
And how about this, Kevin? Thomas has won 2 out of the last 4 years. If he was to get 3 MVPs, that would put him in some rarefied air, tying with Oscar Robertson for second most. Bob Pettit is the only player to do it 4 times.
The West trails by 3. Johnson with it. He's picked up by Jordan. Here's Olajuwon. That's good, and it's Johnson with the assist. Johnson's got assist number 5 here tonight. Jordan outside. Lays it up off the glass. Jordan's got 19 points.
The touch on Jordan's close-range shots is really outstanding. He almost makes it look simple and easy to score in close like that.
And it's out of bounds. Nice touch by Malone. And now let's take a look again at that incredible rejection.
Close games often come down to who makes the big plays on defense. And that is one heck of a rejection right there.
Just over a minute and a half played here in the 3rd. Pass to Johnson. Some nice passing here by the West. Here's Olajuwon. Nails the baby hook. Olajuwon's got 6 points in the quarter. Well, if Jordan is going for that scoring record, Clark, he's running out of time.
You know, I think at this point, Kevin, he can't worry about the record. Just try to get the win. There's always next year to get the numbers.
A nice shot by Jordan.
Not surprising at all to see Jordan piling up points, playing with a lot of determination and grit and insisting on being aggressive looking for his shots.
Now, here's Johnson. He's got 15. Olajuwon finds Johnson. Back to Olajuwon. And the call on the shot sends him to the line.
Boy, that was a nice play by Olajuwon there, getting the shot off while still drawing contact.
Shooting for West All-Star.
That one is no good. And here's Thomas, who brings it up for the East All-Stars. The lead is 2. Wilkins passes to Bird. The West grabs the miss. Pat Lever with an uncanny knack for rebounding. And he's going up for the alley-oop. And English with the stuff.
You know, people said Alex English was too light of frame, too skinny, not athletic enough. Well, how about this? He's playing in his 7th straight All-Star game. So much for being too skinny.
Thomas passes to Malone. Back to Thomas. 5 to shoot. The East All-Stars need to get another shot. And they turn over the 24-second buzzer, signaling the shot clock violation.
You know, guys, sometimes that just happens, but you don't like to see it when the game is this close.
Johnson outside. The pass to Olajuwon. Malone with the steal. Here we go, one-on-one. Jordan in the corner. And there's another turnover by the East.
West All-Stars ball.
Third quarter of basketball here, and just a little under 3.5 minutes gone by.
And, you know, most of these guys are accustomed to having their team's offense built around them. It's an adjustment for them now to figure out who's going to get the rock most of the time.
Malone. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. It goes on Moses Malone. The West All-Stars have made 6 of their 7 attempts at the line in this one. He's off on the first. And you think about it, Justin Clark, how about the All-Star reserves? Guys that start normally are the stars of their team, now off the bench on a team of stars.
Kevin, excellent point. For players who are used to starting the game, probably a rare experience coming in off the bench and trying to get it going. But I think these guys so enjoy being part of this. That sacrifice is not much at all.
You're exactly right. And another great look at the 2K drive. Timeout called here by the East. They're going to talk it over. And as both teams pause action here for a minute, these players are focused on staying hydrated with Gatorade, which is crucial to helping them play the entire game.
No question about it, partner. We all know how important it is to keep your energy up. And Gatorade certainly helps big time in that regard.
The East making a switch. Ainge is checked in.
Malone, an outstanding passer at the power forward position. He's got really good floor awareness and has a really good understanding of when to get the ball to the open man. Smart play to save the easy shot. He'll make them earn it at the line.
The East All-Stars shooting their 7th and 8th attempts at the foul line tonight. He hits one and misses one, each at the line.
They should be in front right now, but he'll be relieved not to have come up totally empty there.
Johnson, the pass to Malone. Karl Malone never stops working. And the East is trailing.
And, you know, a lot of these fans, Kevin, are really behind them. But in an All-Star game, I think they really just want to see highlight plays from both sides.
I know you and I do.
Yeah, I love it.
That one a little long.
Boy, he knows he should have knocked that one down, especially with the defense not giving much of an effort.
And there it is for him.
Well, I like Magic doing his work inside. The close range look. Smart play that time by the Magic one.
Here's Jordan. Malone left side. And then Malone with the dunk.
I'll tell you what, his vertical is awesome, off the charts. A short center who still makes his presence felt.
Pass to Donaldson. And he says, right back at you with a big dunk of his own. And in his 8th season in the NBA, James Donaldson making Clark his first All-Star appearance.
And, you know, Kevin, before his NBA career, he actually played his first professional season in Italy. So he's taking the path less traveled for sure.
He said, arrivederci to Italy to come to the NBA.
Yes, he did.
Here's Lever. Following the basket by Michael Jordan. Lever dishes to Johnson. On the wing, Malone. Kicks it to English. Some nice passing here by the West. Clock at 2. Here's Donaldson. That's in there. Lever with the assist. Donaldson's got his second basket of the game. And the 7-2 center from the Mavericks, James Donaldson.
You know, I think he's the only lefty in this game. Larry Bird and Danny Ainge right left-handed, but they shoot it with their right hand.
You and I have talked about this before, but defending a lefty is different than defending clearly a right-handed shooter.
Throws you off just a little bit, Kevin.
And Clark, a slow start, but Michael Jordan is beginning now to get some momentum and heating up.
And the fans starting to take notice. They're feeling it a little bit, making some noise. They're certainly hoping he can make it happen.
Jordan against Lever. Malone with the steal. On the wing, Johnson. He's got 17. Here's Donaldson. It's hauled in by the East.
Wide open, and still, surprisingly, he wasn't able to cash in.
Jordan passes to Bird. For the tie. Johnson with the rebound. Johnson's got 6 rebounds now in the game. None better than Magic Johnson orchestrating the fast break.
Boy, at the offensive end, his game is so impressive. I mean, he's a threat every time up the floor.
And some changes here for the East. Brad Daugherty, he's checked in for Malone. Ewing comes in for Bird. And it's Rivers in for Thomas. The West All-Stars also changing it up. McDaniels checked in for English. And Clyde Drexler has subbed in for Johnson. Here's Jordan. And he drops in the layup off the glass. Jordan's got 27 points.
That's an excellent move inside, keeping pace here.
Lever with it. On the wing, Malone. Back to Lever. Malone passes to Donaldson. Free throw line jump shot. The rebound by Ewing. And Ewing has got the ball here for the East All-Stars. Trailing by 2.
You know, there's been talk about adding a third referee to NBA games. The commissioner and the rules committee are in favor of it. And they plan to put it before the Board of Governors at the next meeting.
Now, here's Lever. Drexler kicks to Lever. Wants to get it to Malone and does. Can't hit from 12.
Well, that's a good player missing from point-blank range. That's one you got to convert.
Jordan down low. For the lead. The second chance effort. And Ewing with the nice inside bucket. Ewing's got 13.
Boy, Ewing does a nice job anticipating shot trajectories, realizing how quick to position himself on that offensive glass.
Now here's Lever. Drexler. Offensive rebound. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
Clearly, he got it, no doubt.
First trip to the free throw line for him in this one. And Clark, with 3 officials working games, do you think that'll result in more fouls being called, more eyes on the ball? They can pick up a lot more, certainly, with more guys out there.
Yeah, you know, I think, Kevin, it might be the case early on with the third official, but over time, it'll smooth itself out. Off the ball, you know, some things you could get away with in the past, maybe not so much with 3 officials out there.
And it's blocked by Jordan.
Boy, much respect for the defense of Jordan. I mean, he gives his all on this end of the floor. I mean, fantastic at getting his hands up to block shots.
Clock at 4. Second chance shot. About that one, and the East All-Stars lead has been cut down to just 1 on the bucket from Clyde Drexler.
And enjoying his finest pro season, Clyde the Glide Drexler making his second All-Star appearance. Worked over the summer with Kiki Vandeweghe to substantially improve his jump shot.
That's as high percentage as it gets for him. I mean, the defense really has to be mindful of not giving him that kind of space to operate.
Count that one. 7 points in the game. These teams just keep trading the lead.
Yeah, you know, you wonder what it's going to take for somebody to pull away and take control of this thing.
Now here's Ewing. He's got 13. There's 57 seconds left to play in the third. Here's Daugherty. shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
One of the things that catches my eye about Brad Daugherty is his ability to be a ball mover at the center position. He doesn't just look to score. He's a 7-footer that can dish it as well as any big man that's played in the league.
Dominique Wilkins, he's checked in for the East. Olajuwon's checked in for the West. Worthy comes in for Malone. And the East with the lead.
Living up to that favored and top billing and giving these fans quite a show.
And the shot is good. And if there's a rival for the size and athleticism of Michael Jordan Clark, it might just be Clyde Drexler.
I don't think there's any question about it, Kevin. The Phi Slamma Jamma alum can take flight with the very best of them.
Yep, great athlete.
East All-Stars foul. Doc Rivers. First personal foul. 4th team foul.
Bounce pass from Olajuwon. Here's McDaniel. He's defended by Wilkins, and the basket is good. Well, Clark, there was some question whether James Worthy would actually play in this All-Star game.
Yeah, he's dealing with some tendonitis in his knee, and because of that, I think his minutes very well could be limited.
Yeah, he's got to pay attention to the big picture, doesn't he?
Yep.
And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. It's going to go on Clyde Drexler.
Hard not to respect how tough Jordan is inside. Really good at angling his body to pick up the foul call.
And the second free throw, good. Michael Jordan getting it done for the East. And his big game just keeps getting bigger. That quarter sees him get over 30 points. And we've got more M2K Sports coming your way after this break. Welcome back to Chicago for the 1988 All-Star Game. The grand finale of what's been a tremendous weekend to celebrate the NBA. Here's Johnson. They've got Wilkins. Daugherty out there with Ewing. Then it's Jordan. And it's Thomas in at the point. That's the 5 out there for the East All-Stars. And James Worthy here in Clark, his 3rd All-Star game.
Yeah, I was part of the 82 draft when Worthy was the #1 pick out of North Carolina. He can hurt you on the block as well as in transition.
So refresh our memories. He was #1. Where were you taken?
I was number 8, Kevin.
That's right.
Number 8.
That's right. I knew that. I just wanted you to boast a little bit.
You take a look at the landscape of the NBA, and I tell you what, that Central Division, dominant. How about this? 36 games above 500 combined.
And it's Wilkins, that time on the assist by Jordan.
Boy, what a game. They're going back and forth.
And the West All-Stars with possession. Here's Johnson. East grabs the miss. Daugherty's got rebound number 5 here tonight. Well, you look at that Central Division, all 6 teams on pace to make the playoffs.
And, you know, Chicago got off to that great start, Kevin. Then they cooled off just a bit. Now tied with Detroit at 3 games behind Atlanta. Those teams are graped up pretty good.
And the West All-Stars have possession. A 2-point game. Here's Olajuwon, and then Olajuwon with the dunk ball.
Boy, quality find that time by Worthy. I'm sure he could have taken that shot himself, but he'd rather find a teammate with a better look.
The shot's good from Jordan.
This is when your interior D has to be on high alert.
And so it's Johnson who brings the ball up for the West All-Stars. Outside Worthy, passes it to Olajuwon. Olajuwon drawn the double team. Johnson, the pass to Olajuwon. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Here's Lever. And it's off the back rim. No good. Down the stretch here, the East, Clark out in front.
getting it done. It's been such a fun game to watch, entertaining from both sides.
Woo, it sure has been. Good.
Yeah, the jump shot of Thomas, cash money. Boy, it's nice seeing him knock down that mid-range jumper.
Lever taking his time here. Some nice passing here by the West. Here's Acquire, back to Lever. Olajuwon against Doherty. And it's Olajuwon missing. The East leading by 4. Here's Jordan. Good, and it's Ewing with the assist that time. Jordan's got 36.
And, you know, even when Jordan gets hit while penetrating, I mean, he just stays with it. Great stick-to-itiveness. You cannot corral this guy.
Timeout called here. The West All-Stars decide to talk it over. Malone's checked in for the East. Bird comes in for Ewing. And West also making a switch. Karl Malone's checked in for Worthy. Johnson with it. Now guarded by Jordan. Fades. A nice shot by Olajuwon. Olajuwon's got 11 points here in just the second half.
Boy, in this stage of the game, that's exactly who you want taking those jump shots.
Wilkins finds Bird. Goes up and lays it nice and easy.
Bird able to power through that defense despite the contact. I thought his length helped him out there.
Johnson, the pass to Olajuwon. And the foul called on Michael Jordan. That'll be his second foul of the game. English, he's checked in for a glide.
Team foul. West All-Stars.
We've played just over 3.5 minutes now in the fourth quarter. And it's Olajuwon missing. And here's the East. They're on a 12-4 run. Here's Jordan. Olajuwon with the block.
And Commissioner David Stern in the house tonight. Since taking over 4 years ago, he's done a remarkable job helping guide this league to new unprecedented heights.
Exactly. Now, here is Jordan. Jordan is double. Thomas outside. They get it back. Wilkins kicks to Bird. Back to Wilkins. Malone with the steal. And now the fast break. English with the ball. And Jordan sends it back. And so it looks like it'll be still with the West All-Stars. English against Wilkins. And English gets it to go. One thing the league has done since Commissioner Stern has taken over, Clark, is really marketing the league around its stars. And I like that type of strategy.
I agree with you, Kevin, wholeheartedly. And what better time to highlight those great stars than tonight? Amazing talent, compelling personalities. The league is certainly on a great trajectory.
It absolutely is. So it's the West now. After the basket by the East All-Stars on the other end. 6 to shoot. English misses. And here's the East. They're on a 14-6 run. Here's Wilkins. Good, and it's Malone picking up the assist. And now it's an 8-point East All-Star lead. They need to find a high percentage shot, Clark, to regain some of that confidence.
I think they've gone too long without seeing one go down, and that begins to mess with your cycle.
And then Olajuwon with the dunk.
Oh, that's so difficult to stop. Once Olajuwon gets near the rim, you got to be ready for him to rise up and throw it down.
On the wing, Bird shoots over Malone. The East All-Stars take on 2 more.
You got to love that great assist by Jordan.
Inside, trying to go for an alley-oop, but excellent defense and anticipation there to stop it. At the elbow, it's Bird. A good finish at the rack off the slick feed. Bird's got the lead up to 10 now for the East All-Stars. Johnson against Jordan. Tries from 16. Here's Olajuwon. That one good for 2. Olajuwon's got 39.
And after the Central Division, the Midwest has been the second most competitive division. Those teams are sitting at 10 games over 500.
Bucket is good.
Hey, the defense has the right idea there, but Jordan has the skills to overcome the contact.
Johnson, the pass to Malone. From 6 away. Count that one, and the East All-Stars lead has been cut down now to just 8 points with the basket from Olajuwon. And Clark in the Midwest, those Rockets are really making Michael Jordan now with 42 points. Clark, he has tied the record for scoring in an All-Star game.
A piece of history. Boy, is he special.
Johnson dishes to Malone. Back to Johnson. Good, and it's Malone picking up the assist. Malone's got his 6th assist on the night. And it's Thomas with the ball. He brings it up for the East. Pass to Bird. Shoots over Malone. The East All-Stars tack on 2 more.
Boy, Bird has really been in the zone throughout this game.
The West trails by 10. Outside, Malone. Here's Olajuwon. Johnson, wide open. He fires. Had the space there, but it's offline. Bird looking it over. The East All-Stars check on 2 more.
Boy, the jump shot of Bird is so pure. He's got his mechanics down, textbook style.
Johnson, the pass to Olajuwon.
These offenses have been so sharp, so focused, so dialed in, and neither one is slowing down in the late game.
It's stolen by Lever. Here's Johnson. Good, nice job down low. Johnson's got 4 this quarter.
The energy Magic brings to his offensive game is undeniable. His passion and joy in playing, palpable. No way for the defender to keep up with him there.
Here's Bird. That's good from 17 feet away. Bird's got 16 here in the second half.
Nothing wrong with the mid-range J to keep padding to the lead.
Lever a screen on Jordan. Here's Malone. It's hauled in by Malone. Malone's got 10 rebounds here tonight. So active. They double-team Bird. He dishes it to Wilkins. Trying to find Bird. He's got it now. Outside Jordan. Down low. Wilkins. And Wilkins slams it in.
Yeah, with the mad monster house. Leaving no doubt. Dominique Wilkins dynamic at the rim.
To the inside. And the jam by Karl Malone.
Boy, the defense that time served it up on a platter.
And ate every bite of it. Outside for Thomas. Lets the 3 fly. The vision of Larry Bird is not to be overlooked.
Thomas loves setting up other people, but he'll knock down the 3 if you give him a good look at it.
Lever with the screen for Johnson. And English with the stuff.
Gotta love the alley-oop.
Clark, wasn't that a pretty play? Oh, I can watch that all day. Bird outside. They double-team Bird. Thomas kicks to Wilkins. In the corner, it's Bird. 6 on the shot clock. Larry Bird still warm from last night.
You know, it's interesting the way Bird shoots the basketball. Angles his body instead of squaring up most times, but the results are remarkable and unquestionably good.
Here's Malone. Offensive rebound. And another shot. He lays it in.
Boy, that big reach of Malone, so effective on the glass, helping him to get to the loose ball so he can throw it back in the hole.
Here's Bird. The East All-Stars tack on 2 more.
Not coasting to victory. They're running through the tape. Run through that finish line.
Lever with the screen for Johnson. Now the pass to Malone. That one doesn't go. Bird with some nice D. And here is Jordan. And it's a new single-game record in scoring for the All-Star game, set right in front of us by Michael Jordan.
What an incredible athlete, Kevin, and it seems whatever he sets his mind to do, he can do it. Impressive.
Johnson dishes to Olajuwon. From down in the low post, it goes.
Assisted.
Olajuwon's got 45 points. Lever with the steal. He feeds it to Malone. Lever, the pass to Malone. And it's Moses Malone with the foul. That's his fourth foul of the contest.
Fourth personal foul. Second team foul. Substitution on the court.
And the Eastern All-Stars deliver. The favorites coming in, but they did not disappoint.
Yeah, you looked at that team on paper and you saw they were the stronger team and should have been favored, but you still got to go out and prove it, and they did exactly that.
And so much scoring in that lineup for the East. My goodness, look at those names. That's always going to be tough to stop.
And you factor in the raucous crowd cheering on Michael Jordan, Kevin. No wonder they found that extra gear they needed when it was time to get it done.
That's a good point. This is Kevin Harlan saying thank you for tuning in. We'll see you next time. Have a great evening.